What's up, Team Seeds? So, guys, I continue to welcome you back to my channel. I am Seeds674, your real African veg life content creator here on YouTube, and of course, the East Africa's youngest YouTuber. I also do community outreach programs, nature, and tourism videos. Yeah, I think today is a very beautiful Sunday, and I think this is the second live today. Yeah, a few hours later I was live, and one of my subscribers asked me about to Kisiizi Waterfalls, and of course I've ever visited that place. Yeah, that is what I can say. So she asked me to tell the traditional story behind Kisiizi Waterfalls. Yeah, I just gave her short hint on that, but I promised her to come back and give a full story. So and of course that was none other than Felicita the Superstar. Yeah. So, Felista the Superstar, what I promised to do for you, I'm really fulfilling it in this live video. So, basically, in this live video, I'm going to tell you the traditional story behind Kisiizi Waterfalls. But before we go on, in case you're new, please consider subscription. Then double tap your screens and give a like. You can also share this live video to all your friends. And then here we go. So long ago, before the before the modern roads carved through these rolling green hills, the story of Kisiizi Waterfalls was written in fear, honor, and strict cultural tradition. To truly understand this majestic place, where the rushing waters lower today, you have to turn back the clock to the days of our ancestors in Kisiizi, to the heart of the Bakiga community. Yeah, if you are just joining now, I'm narrating a story behind Kisiizi Waterfalls. Yeah, so in case you're new, subscribe, comment, like, and share this video. And also tell us your name and where are you watching from. So in those ancient days, the Bakiga were proud, hardworking, and highly disciplined people. Family honor was held above all else, and social purity was enforced with unwavering strictness. Among the most sacred traditions was the purity of an unmarried woman. If a young unmarried girl became pregnant outside of marriage, it was seen as a grave disgrace, not just to her, but to her parents, her clan, and her entire village. So it was believed that such an act brought a curse upon the community, one that could cause droughts, poor harvests, or sickness among the cattle. So to protect the clan's honor and deter other young women from breaking the cultural code, a harsh and unforgiving punishment was established. The designated place for this judgment was the highest cliff overlooking the rolling torrents of Kisiizi Waterfalls. So when a girl was found to be with child, her family, often led by her father and brothers, would wrap her face so she could not see, lead her up to the steep, slippery rocks to the top of the falls, and push her into the thunderous abyss below. The crashing waters and jagged rocks at the bottom ensured there was no survival. Yeah. I'm giving you the story behind, the traditional story behind Kisiizi Waterfalls. So for generations, this heavy silence hung over the cliff, but the oral history tells of one powerful event that changed everything forever. So the elders speak of a young maiden named Nyamgaba. Oh, let me first read your comments. I see here Hazelnati. Yes, my good friend Hazelnati. How are you doing and where are you tuning from? Yeah, have you ever heard of Kisiizi Waterfalls here in southwestern part of Uganda? So I'm trying to narrate to you the traditional story behind that waterfall. Yeah, so stay tuned and please guys double tap your screens and give a like to this live video. Okay, so here we go. The elders speak of a young maiden named Nyamgaba, a cherished daughter whose beauty was known across the hills. When she became pregnant, her brothers led her up the steep path to the top of Kisiizi Falls, just as custom demanded. Yeah. So before I continue my story, I want to let you know this. This Kisiizi Waterfalls, a long time ago, when the Bakiga people, when the girl could get pregnant before the time of marriage, you know, like the early pregnancy, maybe at the age of 14, that girl will be thrown in the waterfalls to death. So this is the traditional story, yeah, behind that. Okay, where are we now? We are here. So when she became pregnant, her brothers led her up the steep path to the top of Kisiizi Falls, just as custom demanded. But as they reached the edge of the precipice and prepared to push her into the abyss, Nyamgaba did something unexpected. In a desperate seek of love, sorrow, and survival, she grabbed hold of her brother's arms as she fell. They lost their footing on that wet, moist rocks, and all three of them plugged together into the lowering waters below. The news of this tragedy sent shockwaves through the entire region. Losing a daughter was painful enough, but losing two young sons alongside her brought an unbearable grief to the family and the entire clan. The village elders gathered under the sacred trees to deliberate. They realized that the custom was no longer just punishing the girl, it was destroying entire families and spilling the blood of their own sons. So right there at Kisiizi, the elders made a solemn decree. The practice of throwing unmarried pregnant women off the waterfall was abolished forever. Over time, as the years rolled on and healing took root, the meaning of Kisiizi began to transform. In the 20th century, where judgment once stood, a place of life was born. A hospital was established right near the site, bringing medical care, safe childbirth, and healing to thousands of mothers and children across the region. Hydroelectric power was harnessed from the very same crushing waters, bringing light and electricity to schools, homes, and community centers. Today, when you stand near Kisiizi Waterfalls, you don't just hear the thunder of water. You hear the voice of history. It stands as a monument of transformation, a place where a dark, tragic past was washed away by mercy, turning a site of heartbreak into a beacon of life, light, and hope of our community. Yeah. That is the full story behind Kisiizi Waterfalls. Yeah, I know most of you know this story, and most of you don't know this story of, or you have ever had something little about it, or or you have even never heard about it, or you don't know it. But the reason why I'm sharing this with you, basically, one of my subscribers asked me about the Kisiizi Waterfalls and was so much interested in uh, knowing this story behind that waterfall. So, Kisiizi Waterfalls is located here in Uganda, in southwestern part of Uganda, and a long time ago, when the Bakiga young girls could get pregnant before marriage, they were thrown in that waterfall. So that was the story behind the waterfalls that I was sharing with you. So in case you're new, guys, subscribe, comment, like, and share this video. And then you may ask yourself these questions that I'm going to give you, and then their answers. So I may ask yourself, why was Kisiizi Waterfalls used for punishment in ancient times? So, in traditional Bakiga culture, an unmarried woman becoming pregnant was seen as a severe disgrace that brought shame to the clan and was believed to bring bad luck or curses upon the community. And the waterfall was used as a public deterrent to enforce strict social codes. Yeah, that is one of the questions. And then another question here: how high is Kisiizi Waterfalls? So the water drops approximately 27 meters, around 90 feet, over a steep rocky cliff on the Lushoma River. Yeah, I hope you copy that well. Yeah, I know most of you are planning your next vacations to Africa, East Africa, Uganda, maybe. So you happen to come across Kisiizi Waterfalls, and then you should go knowing all this that I'm sharing with you. So stay tuned. You may also ask yourself, when and why did the traditional practice of slowing girls stop? So the practice was abolished in the mid 20th century after a tragic incident where a condemned girl grabbed her brothers on her way down, causing them to fall into their deaths alongside her. Realizing the custom was destroying whole families, the elders ended the practice forever. Yeah. You are tuning to CD674, your real African village life content creator here in Uganda, in Africa. Yeah. So in case you're new, subscribe, double tap your screens, and give a like to this live video. I'm sharing with you the traditional story behind Kisiizi Waterfalls. It is found here in Uganda. So you may ask yourself this question about Kisiizi Waterfalls. What does the Kisiizi Monument represent? You may ask yourself, what does the Kisiizi Monument represent? Before I answer this question, I want to let you know that I have full videos about Kisiizi Waterfalls on my channel. So, in case you did not watch them at the time I published them, kindly go check in and watch full videos. The interview with the manager and the whole tour around. Okay, what does the Kisiizi Monument represent? Okay. Located near the falls, the monument honors the lives lost during those ancient times and symbolizes the transition from a dark history of punishment to an era of forgiveness, hope, and community growth. Then here, travel and logistics questions. So, where is Kisiizi Waterfalls located? You may ask yourself, where is Kisiizi Waterfalls located? It is located right here in the Rukungiri District of Southwestern Uganda, tucked away in the scenic rolling hills of Kisiizi. Okay, and then you may also ask yourself, how do you get to Kisiizi Waterfalls from Kampala or Rukungiri town. You know, most of you when you're coming to Uganda, you bypass Kampala, or maybe when you find yourself in Rukungiri town. So from Kampala, you travel southwest via the Masaka-Mbarara Road towards Rukungiri Kavale, turning off at Mahanga or Capstone depending on your route. Then from Rukungiri town, it takes about 1 to 1.5 hours by road. Okay. Yeah, then you may also you are there, you are a tourist or a visitor, and you're planning your next vacation to Uganda, and you would like to visit Kisiizi Waterfalls, and you're asking yourself this question: what is the best time of year to visit? What is the best time of year to visit? It can be visited year round. However, visiting during or right after the rain season, and that is March, May, and September to November, offers the most dramatic high volume flow of water. Dry seasons, June, August, and December, February, make hiking and walking around the trails easier. And then you can be there asking yourself the activities and attractions there. So what tourist activities can you do at Kisiizi Waterfalls? Visitors can go ziplining across the gauge on the SkyTrail, across the suspension bridge for close-up views, hike the natural trails, visit nearby caves, go bird watching, and take guided cultural history tours. Yeah, all this I'm talking about is true. And of course, I speak from experience. I've visited that place. I know it very well. And I think this one should be your one-stop center, your best spot to visit once you step in Uganda. So you may also ask yourself, is there a hospital at the Kisiizi Waterfalls? Yes. Church of Uganda Kisiizi Hospital sits right next to the falls. It was established in 1958 and transformed the area into a century of medical care and community health. Yeah. So somebody may ask themselves, how does the waterfall help the local community today? So in addition to ecotourism revenue, the rushing waters power a local hydroelectric plant, providing clean, reliable electricity to the hospital, surrounding schools, and the local community. Then here are safety and visitor facilities questions. So you may ask yourself, is it safe to visit Kisiizi Waterfalls? Yes, the site is fully managed and equipped with safe walking paths, sturdy handrails, a secure suspension bridge, and trained local guides to assist visitors. Yeah, I remember at the time I visited Kisiizi Waterfalls. My tour guide was the best. I enjoyed the suspension bridge, the views, like the nature, like it was just breathtaking spot. I can't express it. Yeah, so you may ask, are there accommodation options near Kisiizi Falls? Yes, visitors can stay at the Kisiizi Falls guest house located right on site, or choose from nearby hotels, lodges, and eco resorts in Rukungiri and Mahanga towns. Can you swim in the pool below Kisiizi Waterfalls? Hey, okay, here is my swimming pool lovers. Hey, this goes to you. You're asking yourself, can I swim in the pool below Kisiizi Waterfalls? This is unfortunate. No, swimming directly at the base of the waterfalls is strictly prohibited due to dangerous undertows, strong currents, and deep submerged rocks. So the swimming lovers, this one is sorry for you, but a lot of things take place there. So even if you don't swim, but you can do the zip lining, Yeah, you can enjoy the suspension bridge, the water views, you know. So you may also ask yourself, is zip lining at Kisiizi Waterfalls safe? Yes, the SkyTrail zipline system uses certified high-strength steel cables, safety harnesses, and trained instructors who conduct regular equipment inspections before every ride. And I've ever ziplined, but unfortunately, I did not zipline at Kisiizi Waterfalls. I remember I ziplined at the Lake Mtanda Community Center. This lake is found in Kisiizi District. Yep. Yeah, that is where I enjoyed the zip lines. And what surprised me, when I was ziplining, I was the only black girl who was in the group of ziplining. Others were from China. They told me they were Philippines. I had my best time there. When you check in my videos, you're going to find all those that I'm telling you. Then let's talk about the nature and the environment. You may ask yourself, what wildlife can you spot around Kisiizi Waterfalls? The Rush River and forest surrounding the falls is home to various bird species, including weavers, kingfishers, and sandbirds. Colorful butterflies, velvet monkeys, and small reptiles. Then you may also ask yourself this question under nature and environment. You may ask yourself, where does the water from Kisiizi Waterfalls come from and go? I think this is all you have been waiting to hear from me. So the water flows from the Rushoma River. The river is called Rushoma, Rushoma River. Cascades down the 27-meter cliff at Kisiizi and continues downstream through surrounding valleys to feed into the region's larger wetlands systems. Yeah. Then what makes the Kisiizi Sky Trail zipline unique? What makes the Kisiizi Sky Train zipline unique? Those who like ziplining, the ziplining lovers, now this is what you've been asking yourselves. So it features sleek continuous ziplines spanning high above the gorge and lowering river, giving a 360 a bird's eye view of the falls from directly above the canopy. Then here I can also share with you community and culture. You may ask yourself these questions under community and culture. You may ask yourself, how does visiting Kisiizi Waterfalls support the local community? So entry fees, of course, there is entry fees. Entry fees and tourism activities directly support the operations of Kisiizi Hospital, local primary schools, water purification projects, and local employment for guides and staff. Yeah. You may also ask yourself, can visitors combine a trip to Kisiizi with other Gloria trekking or safari routes? Yes. Kisiizi is perfectly situated along the Southwestern Uganda safari circuit, making it a convenient ecotourism stopover between Lake Mburo, Kawale, Windy Impenetrable National Park, and Queen Elizabeth National Park. Then when we talk of photography and content creation, yeah, you may be wanting to visit Kisiizi Waterfalls, and maybe you are a digital creator, or you just want to capture moments. You just want to capture beautiful moments and you share with your friends, your family, like, memories should stay. So you ask yourself this question: where are the best spots to capture great photos or video footage at Kisiizi? So the top angles include the middle of the suspension bridge. Yeah, that one I can rate it. I can recommend it 100% because I've ever been there. I've walked along the suspension bridge. I've enjoyed the view, so I don't disagree with it. Yeah, in the middle of the suspension bridge for a direct face-on shot, and then the observation deck at the top of the cliff. Then the lower viewing bank near the spray zone for dramatic slow motion video. Yeah. So you may also ask yourself, is drone photography allowed at Kisiizi Waterfalls? Is drone photography allowed at Kisiizi Waterfalls? Yes, but the operators usually need prior permission from the site management team or hospital administration to ensure safety around the grounds and guest house. Yeah, I hope you take that point clearly. And then let's talk about the practical visitor tips. You may ask yourself, what should visitors wear or pack when visiting the falls? Of course, you have to pack comfortable walking shoes or hiking boots with good grip, essential due to slippery rocks. Bring a light waterproof jacket or poncho for the heavy water spray. You can also bring the insect repellent and a dry bag to protect phones and cameras. Yeah. So, how much time should a traveler budget for a visit? Yeah, you may ask yourself, how much time should a traveler budget for a visit? So, a typical visit takes around 2 to 4 hours to complete the guided historical tour, hike the trails across the bridge, and do the SkyTrail zipline. Those staying overnight can comfortably stretch into a full day relaxing stopover. So guys, please double tap your screens and give a like to this video, and tell me your name and where are you watching from as we go on. Yeah. You are watching your girl CD 674. Yeah, in case you have just joined right now, and feel free to say hi to me in the chat as we enjoy the story behind Kisiizi Waterfalls. So when we let's talk about cost and accessibility. Under cost and accessibility, you might ask yourself these questions. Is there an entry fee to visit the Kisiizi Waterfalls? Yes, there is. There is a modest community entry fee charged per person. The funds collected go directly toward site maintenance and community development projects. Are the walking trails accessible for children and older visitors? I think the main pass down to the suspension bridge and lower viewpoint are relatively short and manageable for most fitness levels. Though some rock steps can be uneven and slick from the mist. Now you may also ask this yourself about historical and mythological detail. So, does the waterfall have any native myths about spirits or water guardians? Well, the primary history centers on the ancient Bakiga sociologies. Local folklore often held that powerful natural sites like lowering falls were places of strong spiritual energy that required respect from those passing through. So you can also ask yourself this. you may also ask yourself this: are there ancient caves near the waterfall? Yes, there are smaller natural caves in the gorge nearby that were historically used as shelter by travelers and locals, and they can be explored on the guided trail walk. So let's talk about food and amenities. You may ask yourself, is food available at Kisiizi Waterfalls? Yes. The Kisiizi Falls guest house has a restaurant serving fresh local Ugandan meals, tea, coffee, and cold drinks. You can also bring your own packed snacks for a picnic near the gardens. So, are there clean restroom facilities for tourists? Yes. Clean, fresh toilets and hand washing facilities are available on site near the main entrance and the guest house grounds. Okay, let's talk about seasonal and unique experience. You may ask yourself, can you see rainbows at Kisiizi Waterfalls? Yes, on bright sunny days, especially between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., the heavy mist rising from the bottom of the gorge creates vibrant, picture perfect rainbows across the falls. Is Kisiizi Waterfalls family friendly? Absolutely. Families can enjoy the open green lawns, picnic areas, simple bird watching, and educational historical tours together. Though adults should keep a close eye on young children near the steep river banks. So, guys, in case you have just joined right now, I'm giving you the traditional story behind Kisiizi Waterfalls. Yeah, straight from the real African villages. Yeah, I do real African village content, nature, and travel vlogs, then community outreach programs. So, please subscribe, comment, like, and share this video. Now we can talk about hospital and hydroelectric operations. You may ask yourself, how does the Kisiizi hydro plant generate power without running the waterfall? So, the small-scale hydroelectric power station diverts only a portion of the Rushoma River's flow above the crest, passing it through turbines before discharging it back into the channel, keeping the natural cascade visually dramatic year round. Why is the hospital situated right next the waterfall? So, Dr. John Sharp chose the site in 1958 because the rushing water offered a reliable year-round source of fresh water and gravity-fed power, transforming isolated gorge into a self-sustaining medical hub. So when we talk of cultural identity and regional context, so you may ask yourself this: what does the name Kisiizi mean in the local Runyankole or Chiga language? Yeah, where it is located. Of course, the Bakiga and Banyankole people speak Runyankole, speak Ruchiga. So you may ask yourself, what does the name Kisiizi mean? So the name traces back to local descriptions of the heavy mist, spray, and deep lowering echo created as the river phosphore plugs down the 27-meter cliff into the gorge below. Okay, how how do local elders view the waterfall today compared to the past? So modern elders view Kisiizi as a powerful story of culture evolution. moving from an era of harsh judgment to one of forgiveness, education, and community unity. Now, let's talk about future expansions. So, you may ask yourself these questions about future and expansions. Are there plans to expand tourism features at Kisiizi Waterfalls? Yes, local management continuously works on enhancing nature trails, expanding eco-friendly guest accommodations, and adding interactive historical displays to give visitors a deeper experience of the gorge. Can Kisiizi Waterfalls be booked for special events or video shoots? Yes, the surrounding gardens and scenic viewpoints can be reserved for private events, music video shoots, YouTube vlogs, and documentary filming by contacting the management team in advance. Then, when we talk about traveler experience, so the travelers, you may be asking these questions. How loud is the waterfall when standing on the suspension bridge? So the roar of the rushing water is powerful and thunderous, especially during the wet season, making conversation on the bridge require a raised voice, a thrilling sensory experience for visitors. So, guys, when you stand on the suspension bridge and you have a talk with your friend, you have to increase on a voice, like you need to speak louder so that you can get to hear each of your friends. Is it possible to camp overnight near waterfall? Yes, designated safe camping spots are available on the manicured lawns near the guest house, allowing travelers to sleep to the soothing sound of the cascading river. Oh my god, oh my god. Thank you so much, guys, for the likes. Oh, I have a new friend, Kainen Manis. Kainen Mans. Where are you watching from, my good friend? Kainen Mans says, I love you, Sid. I love you too. Where are you watching from? Can the man know where are you tuning in? Where are you watching from? Yeah, feel free to share with me your phone when I'm sharing the traditional story behind the Kisiizi Waterfalls. And of course, I was also answering on the questions that you may ask yourself about that waterfall. Yeah. Oh my god, thank you so much, guys, for the likes. Tell me your name and where are you watching from as we go on. Yeah. You're watching your girl Seed 674, of course. My name doesn't change. Yeah. I'm giving you the traditional story behind Kisiizi Waterfalls. It is located here in southwestern part of Uganda. Tour Africa, tour East Africa, come to Uganda straight to Kisiizi Waterfalls. So you may ask yourself, maybe you have group tours and student visits. You may ask yourself this. Oh, my good friend says you from Papua. Oh, and no, you're trying to mean you're the one from Papua. Me, I'm not from Papua. I'm from the real African villages. Yeah, I'm from Africa. Yeah, I'm from Africa. Maybe you can share with me. Yeah, so you may ask yourself if you have a group tour or student visit. Is Kisiizi Waterfalls a good location for school field trips and group tours? Yes, it is one of the most popular educational sites in southwestern Uganda. Schools and community groups visit regularly to study local geography, culture, history, renewable electric energy, and environmental conservation, all in one place. Oh, my good friend says here, bye, I wanna sleep. What time is it there in your country, Kani? Kani Mans? Yes, what time is it there in your country? You said you're from Papua. What time is it there? Here it is just 4 p.m. Yeah, we are not yet to sleep. Yeah. Okay, you may also if you have a group tour or student visit, you may also ask yourself are there special discount rates for a large groups or school student delegations? Okay, my good friend from Papua. Yeah, thank you so much for supporting. Your love and support means the world to me. I really appreciate. Yeah. So yes, site management offers discounted entry packages for verified educational groups, church delegations, and large tour parties when booked in advance. Then, when we talk about surrounding environments and agriculture context, you may ask what kind of farming and agriculture takes place in the hills around Kisiizi. So the surrounding Kisiizi Highlands are famous for intensive terrace farming. So visitors will see lush green hillsides cultivated with bananas, sweet potatoes, beans, tea, and smallholder dairy cattle grazing along the slopes. You may also ask yourself this: does the spray from the waterfall affect the soil and plant life in the gorge? Yes, the constant fine mist created by the 27-meter drop keeps the gorge air highly humid, creating a microclimate where giant ferns, mosses, wild orchids, and the dense riverine forests thrive year round. I see here another new friend. Praise, hi Seeds, hi Praise. How is it there? How are you doing, guys? Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, guys, dial up your screens and give a like. And in case you're new, please subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell so that when I upload something new, you're the first one to get notified. So let us talk about filming and production. Yeah, you may ask yourself, what is the best time of day for lighting when filming at Kisiizi Waterfalls? That one I may say mid morning between the 9 a.m. and the 11:30 a.m. offers the best lighting as the sun illuminates the cascading water clearly before creating harsh overhead shadows or heavy backlighting behind the ridge. Yeah, sure. So how can content creators protect their camera gear from the heavy mist? Yeah, you can use the rain covers, lens hoods, and keeping dry microfiber towels handy is essential when shooting near the suspension bridge, as the spray can quickly coat camera, lenses, and sensitive electronics. So we are talking about the story behind Kisiizi Waterfalls, and let's talk about cultural context and modern impact. Here my new friend Kane from Papua asks, what are you? I'm a real African veg life content creator here on YouTube. Yeah, of course I do real African veg life content, community outreach programs, nature and tourism vlogs. Yeah, straight from the real African villages, Uganda. So the reason why I decided to share this story behind the Kisiizi Waterfalls with you. Few hours ago, I was live, and one of my subscribers asked me to talk about it, like to share with you this traditional story. Yeah, when I was telling them, those who are interested in coming to spend your vacations in Uganda, Kisiizi Waterfalls is the best spot for you. So they asked me to share this traditional story behind. And of course, I've already shared it, but more so, I'm adding the questions you may be asking yourself. Then I'm also giving you the answers. So you can also ask yourself, how has the story of Kisiizi Waterfalls affected the modern empowerment of women in the community? So the site stands today as a constant reminder of how far society has come, shifting from punitive customs to prioritizing maternal health, women's education, and reproductive health care through the neighboring hospital. Here, my good friend Pray says, I wish be there at Kisiizi. Yeah. You can come. You are so much welcome. Yeah. I recommend you guys go and visit Kisiizi Waterfalls. It is one of the best stopovers for you to chill and spend your vacation there. Yeah, even me myself, I visited it. When you check in my videos, not one time, not two times. Like when I reach there, I'm like in my own territory. Yeah, when you check in my videos, you're going to enjoy. Okay, are there local souvenirs or crafts available for purchase near the site? Yes, local artisans often sell handmade crafts, traditional basketry, and Kisiizi branded keepsakes near the entrance, allowing travelers to directly support village crafts people. Yeah, you can go with a coin in your pocket. Maybe when you reach there, you will have something like a cape or a lasso or the doormat. You know how we beautiful design them in the real African villages. Like me, when I reached there, I remember I bought just the key holders because just the way they were designed, it caught my eyes, and I said, I'm not going before buying anything here at Kisiizi Waterfalls. Yeah, so you can go with something in the pocket so you can get the handmade crafts from Kisiizi Waterfalls. So when we talk of health and community wellness, you may ask yourself, how does Kisiizi Hospital use the waterfall to benefit patient care? So the power generated from the waterfall running through the hydroelectric stations runs oxygen concentrators, sterilizers, surgical theater lighting, and cold storage for vaccines 24/7 without a reliance on an unstable main power grid. Yeah, you can also ask yourself under health and community wellness, you can ask yourself, are there health precautions travelers should take when visiting the falls? Standard travel precautions for rural Uganda apply. Carry drinking water, wear mosquito repellent for evening walks, apply sunscreen, and use sturdy footwear to prevent slipping on wet trails. Then here is the extended exploration. Questions that may ask yourself. Can you combine a visit to Kisiizi Waterfalls with a trip to nearby lakes? Yes. Kisiizi is located within a convenient driving distance of Lake Binyonyi, Lake Edward, and Lake Nyabhoko, making it an ideal scenic stop on a border southwestern Uganda road trip. It's nearly, yeah. So are there birdwatching guides available specifically for the Kisiizi Gorge? Yes. Local eco guides can lead specialized early morning birdwatching walks around the riverbanks, where visitors frequently spot kingfishers, weavers, sunbirds, and white-tailed crested flycatchers. Yeah. So guys, I continue to welcome you to my channel. I am Kisiizi674. I do real African village life content, nature and travel vlogs, community outreach programs. In case you want to support my community outreach programs, guys, feel free to check in my channel description. Yeah, and of course, I love you so much, and you are the best. Okay, here are local economy and sustainable tourism questions that you may ask yourself. How does ecotourism at Kisiizi Waterfalls benefit the local use? So the site provides direct employment for young people as trained zipline operators, tour guides, site maintenance staff, and hospitality personnel at the guest house. Are there local farm tours available around the Kisiizi area? Yes. Guided walks through the surrounding village hills offer visitors hands-on insights into traditional banana farming, tea growing, and local coffee processing. Then you may also have this in mind, accessibility and route planning questions. I'm answering them. Okay, can a small saloon car access the road to Kisiizi Waterfalls? Yes. The main dirty access roads from the main highway are well graded, though a four-wheel drive vehicle is recommended during heavy rain seasons for smoother travel. Is it possible to visit Kisiizi Waterfalls as a day trip from Kabale or Rukungiri town? Absolutely. It takes roughly 1 to 1.5 hours to drive there from either Rukungiri or Kabale, making it an easy half-day excursion. So let me know in the chat sections. Let me know in the chat section when are you planning your next vacation to Uganda and basically to visit Kisiizi Waterfalls. Then you may also ask yourself about seasonal and photography. So what is the best month to shoot high impact video at Kisiizi Waterfalls? That is April and October. Produce the highest water volumes, creating dramatic white water spray and thunderous sound effects, ideal for cinematic footage. Yeah. You may also ask yourself, how does golden hour affect the look of the waterfall gorge? Late afternoon light, that is 4:30 to 6 p.m. casts a warm glow over the green hillsides and softening shadows across the spray, making it ideal for landscape photography. Then here are vlog and content strategy. These questions you may ask yourself. How can a YouTube content creator outline a 10-minute vlog about Kisiizi? So start with the dramatic view from the suspension bridge, move into the history of the cliff, show the zipline thrill, and end with the positive impact of the hospital and hydro project on the local community. What are the top search keywords to tag when publishing a video about Kisiizi Waterfalls? Yeah, you just need to like top tags should include Kisiizi Waterfalls, Uganda travel vlog, Rukungiri tourism, hidden games Uganda, Kisiizi culture, Bakiga history, and SkyTrail zipline Uganda. Yeah. There you are good to go. Yeah, guys, in case you're new, please subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much, guys, for the likes. I really appreciate. Let's talk about the visitor and activity details. So you may ask yourself, what unique souvenir can visitors buy at the Kisiizi Visitors Center? Visitors can buy special Kisiizi Falls coffee produced in partnership with Gorilla Highlands Coffee, along with local crafts, bat kits, and books with proceeds going directed to the hospital's Good Samaritan Fund. I think, guys, in this live video, I've really given the biggest and good shout out to Kisiizi Waterfalls ever. I wish one of the members or staff members, maybe the manager or the boss from Kisiizi Waterfalls, would come across this video. Okay, what unique cultural activities are offered at the site beyond walking trails? You can rent mountain bikes, try out traditional Ngozi stretcher, historically used to carry brides or sick patients, kayak on the lagoon, or take a village walk to harvest and cook traditional Bakiga dishes with local family. You may also ask yourself which river feeds into Kisiizi Waterfalls. The falls are fed by the Chabamba Arshoma River as it flows through the valley. Then, when we talk of hydroelectric and community history, when was the hydro plant built at Kisiizi? A small generator was first set up alongside the hospital in 1958, upgraded to 60 1985, and later expanded with 300 kW generator in 2009 via Kisiizi Hospital Power Limited. So, who was the first medical superintendent to set up Kisiizi Hospital by the falls? So that was the Dr. John Sharp, who grew up in the region and recognized the natural water supply and power potential of the site. Then, when we talk of practical tourist information and parking, you may ask yourself, is there mobile phone network and internet coverage at Kisiizi Waterfalls? Yes. Major Ugandan network providers like MTN and Airtel have a strong 4G coverage around the visitor area, hospital grounds, and guest house, making live streaming or uploading updates easy. There are ATM or credit card facilities at the site. No, it is best to carry cash in Uganda shillings for entry fees, tipping guides, buying crafts and food, as a card payment machines can be unreliable in rural areas. What type of clothing is ziplining over the falls? Wear comfortable long trousers or leggings and closed-toe shoes, sneakers or boots. Avoid the loose skirts, dresses, or sandals for safety while strapped into the harness. And then, when we talk about local environment and the community safety, are there any dangerous wild animals living in the Kisiizi Gorge? No. Large predators or dangerous wildlife inhabit the immediate gorge area, making it very safe for walking tours and nature hikes. How does the hospital manage waste so close to the natural waterfall? Kisiizi Hospital enforces strict environmental management and biomedical waste isolation systems to ensure no contaminants or hazardous materials enter the river system or waterfall environment. Then you may also ask yourself this: what interactive questions can you ask your live viewers during a Kisiizi vlog? You may be a TikTok creator like me, and you happen to visit Kisiizi Waterfalls, and you happen to put on a live like as I've done. So, like, you are thinking of what you would ask. So, ask your audience, would you be brave enough to try the SkyTrail zipline over the Rukungiri Falls? Yeah, if I'm the one, I can say yes because I've ever tried it. Then, what historical site in your country transitioned from a dark past to a place of hope? That one you can also ask it in your live question. Then you can um also, you're addicted creator. You're asking yourself, how can viewers support the local community from afar after watching the video? Viewers can donate directly to the Kisiizi Hospital Good Samaritan Fund, purchase Kisiizi Falls coffee, or plan a visit to support local ecotourism initiatives directly. Regional tourism and the itinerary questions. How far is Kisiizi Waterfalls from Bwindi International National Park? It is approximately a 2 to 3 hour scenic drive away, making it a perfect cultural and adventure stopover before or after a mountain gorilla trekking safari. Are there guided night walks available around Kisiizi? Yes, special evening walks can be arranged through the guest house to listen to nocturnal forest sounds, spot roosting birds, and observe growing fireflies along the riverbanks. Okay, guys. Yeah, this was all about Kisiizi Waterfalls, and Beska was giving you the traditional story behind Kisiizi Waterfalls, and I added story questions that may ask yourself, and then I gave you the answers. So, guys, if you have really loved the story, please share it to everybody. And to someone who's just joining right now, as I conclude, kindly take view a recap, watch the recap of this video, share it, comment, subscribe, and do everything. I remain your girl Sid674, and I love you so much. Stay tuned for more. Bye bye. See you in my next video.